morning, about 1:30 a.m. we arrived here on Knapp Hill to begin a night vigil overlooking East Field here in the background. When we got here, we met up with a cameraman called Win, who had a set of cameras set up here on the hill and also some cameras set up on his vehicle which he brought through into the field down below. He showed us, when we got here, he showed us an image intensifier device that he had, and we scanned across the field. It was like looking at the field in sort of daylight, you know, it brought in more light. And we scanned across East Field and across the field of rape here and the Drovers Road and this field of wheat here, and we could see that there was no formations in the field at that time. Then we sat here then just talking and overlooking the field until about 3 o'clock. Just after 3 o'clock we had a big white flash of light that completely encompassed the landscape and the sky. It was around that time that Win had to go down to his vehicle to change the tapes over. So he went down and done that and came back up to the hill. And at that point in the evening it was completely dark. What we were looking down on was a completely black field. We couldn't see anything at that point. About 20 minutes after that, as some of the light began to creep in from the east over there, we started to see a shadow of what looked like some sort of formation down below, but it was still too imperceptible really for the naked eye to see. So Win got up and looked through his camera, which has an image enhancing kind of capability, and through the lens of the camera we could clearly see this formation that was laid out here in the field before us. So at the point of seeing that on that camera and the point of realising that this may be something that people might sit up and take notice finally, I was just jumping for joy, and I still am.
I was very excited, but I was in a bit of shock as well. Gary was dancing around and I was sort of jigging. I was, you know, just
Is this
amazing.
real? Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, the crop circle that appeared in front of me, I'll tell you a story about what happened just before we went on that night watch, okay? I was with my girlfriend. We were staying in a trailer, just locally, and we would already decided to go to do this night watch. Because the day was 777, we thought, oh, it's lucky, huh? Spiritual. So, in my trailer, I have a bag, a plastic bag, which have a dragon on the front. And I said to my girlfriend, what do you think is the symbol of, why we use the symbol of the dragon so much? Huh? The Welsh, where I was living at the time, on the flag is a dragon. Huh? We have George and the dragon, St. George and the dragon in England, and George defeated the dragon. I think this is very symbolic. Huh? Did it mean that the Christian religion and the new religion wiped out the old religion, and this is what the killing of the dragon meant? Could be. And then we have the Chinese who have used the dragon lines, dragon energy and meridian systems for a different layout of the metaphysical part of our body, which is connected. So we went on this night watch, and when the crop circle appeared, the first thing the man said, who was the cameraman, "It's a dragon," because it looked like some kind of dragon. Now, he didn't know that we had a conversation about the dragons before we left. And my girlfriend and I look at each other and went, "It's a dragon." Some people came along afterwards, like I said earlier, and said it looks like the Om. But the curved part at the top is around the side. So I don't know. To me, I've always thought, it's a dragon. And I thought that our conversation that night was something to do with the symbology of a dragon and what is important. I was questioning what is important about a dragon. So I don't know the answer, but definitely something is connected to the old ways of thinking that's connected to a dragon symbol or metaphor that I believe we need to try to understand more clearly as to what it means to us. Because if, as many people believe, the landscape is covered with dragon lines, energy lines that connect one area to another, and if, when we use these dragon lines effectively, we can enhance our consciousness, we can enhance our health, and we can enhance our well-being, just like when an acupuncturist puts needles in and unblocks energy. This is part of the new paradigm for humanity. So yeah, I believe something in it.